Kolbrin, Book 2, Chapter 15, The Voice of God, 1, 2, and verses 3, with ending with 54 and 61. I prefer this view of worship. All too often, we value ritual over substance. All three of main religions disagree only on ritual, not on the substance that all agree on. Organized religion is all too often reflective of mankind's flaws than anything of real value to humanity. Kolbrin Bible, Book 2, Gleanings, Chapter 15, The Voice of God. GLN 15:1. The voice of God came out of the heavens unto his servants, even before the days of Wunis. But in these days it has come to certain of his devoted ones who heard it within the cavern of visions. Afterwards, each wrote it down according to his own hearing, and lo, when they came together, it was seen that each had recorded the same words. Thus the things which were heard by the three and set down by them in writing, all being agreed alike, are things recorded forever. GLN 15:2. I am the voice of God, who is the God of all men, and ruler of their hearts. I have many aspects, and come differently to all men. I am the God of many faces to you, my servants. I give these words, that they may be carried to all men. Obey my commands, and I will be your God. I will enlighten and instruct you, guiding you along the way. I desire your love and loyalty and your adherence to my plans, but I do not desire your civility. I am not only your God, but your commander as well, and so I expect obedience and discipline as befits those who prepare for harsh and grim battles, such as those which lie ahead. This next verse, I agree that all too often, sacrifice and blind obedience is given when God intentionally gave us free will so we could find our own way back to Him. GLN 15:3. My desire is for love rather than futile sacrifices of burnt offerings. But it should not be a passive love, but one expressing service in my cause. A certain knowledge of right and wrong, with free choice of the former, is of greater value in my sight than pointless ritualistic worship. I derive no pleasure from the wasteful shedding of blood from bulls and lambs. I gain nothing from the fat of sheep and the flesh of goats. I am the creator of all. So what can men give that would increase my greatness? Men are misled if they believe that their sins can be purged by vain rituals. Only active goodness can obliterate the stain of sin. Too often today, we say much and do nothing. It isn't enough to know right and wrong. If you stay silent, all it takes for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. GLN 1554. These are divine things, yet they can be set down only in the mere words of men, and will thus be reduced to things of mortal frailty. Mere words will be read, and the pattern formed by them will be far short of truth and reality. The taste of a fruit or the fragrance of a flower cannot be known by reading about them. The fruit must be eaten and the flower smelt. Only in union with me, spirit communicating with spirit, can proof of my reality be found. Yet, because things are as they are, truth must ever be veiled from man, as man. But who would labor if laborers were paid whether they worked or not? Were they revealed to him, the ignorant man would not comprehend great things. Therefore, the light is not for him. The insincere and shallow seeker after diversion and pleasure will find little entertainment in these words. The really illuminated man will already know something of the truth, and will therefore seek it more diligently along a higher path. So these words are given just for those sincere seekers who are aware of their own shortcomings and ignorance. These will be people whose thoughts are not smothered by prejudice, who are not set in their opinions, for who among men is the most confirmed in his opinions, who states things in the most assertive manner and talks with the loudest voice. Is it not the most ignorant? I would not let the sincere seeker go unguided. I am the light on the path. GLN 1561. Would you know the ultimate state of man when he has finally reached his goal? When he has entered into his inheritance of divinity? It is a state of glory transcending anything conceivable by him during an earthbound existence. His consciousness expands to embrace everything, all that ever was or will be. He sees all, he knows all, he is in all, and he contains all. These things come to him through infinite powers of perception. Yet he is above all such powers. He is beyond all. Yet within all, he is beyond the realm of matter, freed from all restrictions. Yet he is not denied its joys, and may, if he so desires, manifest again in matter. His thoughts have the power of creation. He is one with the light of lights, the light transcending vision. He is the partaker of my substance, my son in eternity, the inheritor of everlasting life. I am your God, the Father of man. Having said this, it is only how I see things. I have no interest in converting others. I share this as a way to challenge my views, not to change others. None of us know so much that another can't offer a refinement to your current views on right and wrong. Thanks for listening, and I encourage others to challenge me and what I say. Thank you. However, do not argue over whether or not it's an old text or not. I will admit there is no way to prove as to whether or not it's old or not. The words have value, whether it's old or not.